Alright, I need everyone who supports the Birds Aren't Real movement to listen up now. Peter is not safe. Connor and Claire are not who they say they are, and I have proof. Recently, Birds Aren't Real released a statement that Peter, the figurehead of the movement since 2017, has been in the hospital for the last 2 months. They said that 2 public informant officers are taking his place. Their names are Connor and Claire. Connor and Claire have been in charge of the social media account for the last couple of weeks. Their latest post, they gave an emergency statement where they claimed that Peter was poisoned by the CIA and given the bird flu. But this just doesn't add up. So again, the bird flu is short term. It should be completely cleared up within a couple of weeks at most. Peter has been in the hospital and has been there for the past 2 months. With the bird flu, the most common symptoms are that of the common flu: cough, fever, shortness of breath, muscle aches, headaches, etc. Peter hasn't really been demonstrating any of these in the past couple of videos. He's been more blistered and has rashes. It really doesn't seem, from what we can tell, like the bird flu. The lab results that they post on screen are that of a female born in 1979. I don't mean to presume, but I'm assuming that that's not Peter. Once again, Peter has been in the hospital for the last 2 months, and the bird flu can easily be diagnosed by medical professionals. It should not have taken them this long to figure out that he had the bird flu. And in their previous video, they explained that medical professionals weren't able to figure out what was going on. So for them to suddenly just get it and claim that it was the bird flu really just is not adding up. Peter did post on his main Instagram account a couple of days ago that he thinks that he has leprosy. And the symptoms that we can see are much more related to leprosy. Symptoms of leprosy include blister, loss of colors, rashes, ulcers, and redness. And you can see that way more in Peter in the videos that are seen. So this makes much more sense than the bird flu would. Additionally, leprosy can last for years instead of just a couple of weeks, so it makes much more sense. In the comments of that Instagram post, he also claims that he is cleansing his body by not drinking any water for days on end. And the thing is that given his current state of mind, he seems to be very easy to manipulate. By keeping him dehydrated and convincing him that a cleanse will be good for his body, it'll keep him in the hospital for even longer. One of the only people that commented in support of his water cleanse is someone that only has posted one picture, and it is that of a dog. So something is telling me that that is a fake account trying to convince Peter that that is a good idea and not actually looking out for his health and well-being. Additionally, the doctor that's in Peter's videos doesn't appear to be a doctor at all. He seems more like a prop. For example, look at this picture. What is this doctor writing on? Nothing. There's nothing there. There's no medical paperwork or anything. He just seems to be wandering around the scene, almost like he's just a prop. Finally, when looking at the other videos that Connor and Claire have posted, they show a clear disapproval of Peter's leadership in the movement. They say that the era of Peter has been beautiful, but that they believe that the movement's best days are yet to come, which sounds very ominous to me. Sounds like they know that Peter is not going to be able to be in charge of the movement for a little while, which, once again, if he had bird flu, should go away any day now. They indicate that better days will be yet to come and they're taking over the movement. They clearly believe that they're going to be better leaders than Peter was, which is frankly absurd. Working with Peter was challenging, and they included a screenshot of the aftermath of Peter doxing Taylor Lorenz. He's already apologized, so I don't know what more they want from him. They mentioned that if they were in charge of the movement, they would instead be lobbying and doing more government work, which is fine, but it appears that they are interfering with Peter's leadership so that then they're able to do this, which is beyond messed up. They say that they're more than equipped to take over the movement. I would also like to once again mention that the movement shouldn't need anyone taking it over if Peter really did have the bird flu. They have also said that they have found Peter a spiritual healer and will be taking him to the spiritual healer. The only thing is that while they do that, they did mention that they're going to be going on tour and hosting rallies on the way to getting Peter to the spiritual healer. I do not think that they should be road tripping across America. They should be sending Peter out right away, getting him fixed up, not wasting time rallying. As much as I support the Birds Aren't Real movement, I don't think that this is the time. It's sick and inappropriate right now. In their last video, they did address the current claims that they are in charge of Peter's current condition, whether that's through poisoning or making worse what he's already going through. They claim that they have absolutely nothing to do with Peter's current condition. I don't mean to get controversial, but that's the exact same thing that a bird would say. Needless to say, I don't trust Connor or Claire, the new figureheads of the Birds Aren't Real movement. They clearly are not prioritizing Peter's health or safety in any of this. In 2020, I briefly became a Bird Brigade elder, and during this time I got to actually interact with Peter over Zoom. Through this, I could just feel his energy through the screen. He cares deeply about the Birds Aren't Real movement, and there's no way that he would let just a simple bird flu keep him down the way that he is. Spreading the feathered gospel is his strength. My fellow bird truthers, be wary and fight for Peter in these trying times.